already know the drill. We back again with another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And strap on your seatbelts, because it's all pedal to the metal from here. And without further ado, your amazing host, Drew Philly.
Welcome back to another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys, here with your host, DB, and host, Trevor Dinsmore. Trevor, how are you doing tonight?
How we doing, folks? How we doing?
We talked about it.
I got three things to say to our viewers out there. God bless America. God bless Allures. And to Jerry Jones, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you old fart. Happy birthday to you. How about them Cowboys? And with that, I'm going to take off this ridiculous hat. Put on this much, much better hat, a winning hat, as we begin another episode of the greatest podcast on planet Earth, Buckle Up with the Boys.
Appreciate that. No, we, I just, a few words here before we get into news for the week. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, follow along with us in the comments throughout the show. We'll try to answer your questions. Also, if you're seeing the usual red not there and the pink, I totally fucked up. Forgot it was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's fitting that we need to have pink on here to help the survivors and the non-survivors that lost their battle and keep them in our thoughts and prayers this month. But Trevor, a lot of news here we're going to unpack. A lot of news that just happened before the podcast. So you're going to see live reactions with maybe things Trevor saw that I didn't know about. So stick along. You better buckle up. But there's still shit show in Cleveland. And
you bet your ass, buddy.
And Kevin Stefanski is not noticing that they need to make a change at the quarterback position. They lost 20-16 against the Eagles. The only team still not to hit the 20-point barrier. Trevor, what the hell? What's going on in Cleveland?
I'll give you, if you're not down with that, I'll give you two words with what's wrong in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Masseuse toucher.
Correct.
Masseuse toucher, missing throws left and right, not leading this offense, not being a good locker room leader that he needs to be. On top of that, Cleveland being one of the most undisciplined teams in the NFL, I believe they had around 10, 11 penalties in that game. That was a bit of a sloppy game on both sides. A lot of penalties. Yeah. Some turnovers in there, of course, and, Cleveland not hitting the 20-point barrier again. They were driving down, had a chance to do so. Lo and behold, a couple penalties cost them. They get driven back, and they can't convert the fourth down. Mm-hmm. Shocker. And now they just lost their best receiver, too.
Which I was going to say this. I have saw memes out there and people making it bigger than I think they are. But that one pass he threw, Deshaun threw about fucking 10 feet above Amari's fucking head. Is that the reason he got kicked out? Is that why he was on the trade?
No, I know. I don't know. Because he couldn't leap 10 feet in the air and catch a ball? Maybe. But I'll tell you this. They might ride with Deshaun Watson. That's fine. They can do that. They lived with him. Well, matter of fact, they never really lived with him, but they will die with him. And they'll, for all we know, they might go 1-16.
Yep.
It's looking like it right now. They are not playing good football. They're not. No. They had a prone Eagles team right in front of them who did not execute to their best ability either. Jalen Hurts wasn't at his greatest. Neither was anybody else on that offense. Honestly, Saquon, he had to pull a little bit of New York Giants in him. Yeah. There's a little bit of that dynamic coming back into the NFC East. Mm-hmm. And Cleveland could not take advantage.
Yeah, hold on here. I just
Sorry.
realized.
I'm sorry for Cleveland fans. I'm not sorry for their ownership. Their ownership brought this upon themselves. I'll say it time and time and again. But I will say Cleveland fans among the most passionate in this business, right? Dog pound shows up every single week. You know, the dogs are barking every single week in Cleveland, whether win, lose, tie, losing season, winning season, playoff wins, playoff losses, you name it, Cleveland fans are there. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for ownership and coaching and the rest of that locker room. Because right now, it's looking like a big pile of dog shit.
Yeah. I don't know, and we can look more into the trade here. I did not for the show, but I'm just wondering what the hell they got back from the Bills, because it must not have been much to fill the void that they just gave up their best offensive threat.
The Bills received Cooper, a 6th rounder in 2025, gave up a 2025 third and a 2026 7th. So pretty clear front runner of who won that trade, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You get Josh Allen, a primary weapon on offense, a guy who has experience being the primary target on his team and does not have an inflated ego like some, guys that wear number 14 that we know.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Diggs too, Bills fans. I didn't leave him out. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you got a number one guy who doesn't have the conflated ego that all these other guys do, at least on the surface, right? He hasn't shown it in the media. He hasn't, been throwing his helmet on the sidelines or putting words on his eye black or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a bona fide number one guy for what potentially might be the best football team in the NFL right now, and that's the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Yeah. But just to go down here before we move on, I just have to say this quote. This is from Stefanski's press conference. "I don't get caught up in narratives," he said. "We have a good dialogue with myself, general manager Andrew Berry, and ownership about all things that have to do with this team. They have been nothing but supportive. Any decision when it comes to football is my decision." That's bullface fucking lie, Trump. Because I don't think
he's lying through his teeth. He's lying through his teeth. To me, there's no two ways about it. How on God's green earth, with the quarterbacks that you were tossing in there last year, your Joe Flacco's, your DTRs, among others, you had success with them, but you can't have success with a former Pro Bowler?
Yeah.
You can't have success with what's supposed to be your franchise guy?
Mm-hmm.
And he's stinking up the joint every single week, and you won't take him out? Who in their right mind wouldn't want to take him out and just plug Jameis in there? You're 1-5.
Correct.
You are 1-5. What do you have to lose? You're the Browns again.
And
you are the Browns. You went from being coach of the year, coaching this team, to the playoffs through thick and through thin, through 5 or 6 or 10 or however many quarterbacks it was. Then you stick to one guy who can't get it done every single week, and you won't bench him.
And they have Dorian Thompson, so I'm not sure.
They got Winston too.
Oh,
they
right.
got Jameis.
Yeah.
Jameis. Jameis.
Correct.
Throw him in there.
I think he would do better than what we're seeing on the field right now from Deshaun. But switching over here, Detroit Lions pass rusher Aiden Hutchinson, sensational 2024 season has come to an end. If you've not seen the clip, if you have a weak stomach, I don't advise you to watch the clip.
Read.
He broke his tibia and his fibula, and he's going to miss the remainder of the season, which it's expected. But Dan Campbell, it's fucking press conference.
I was just going to say, go ahead.
I wouldn't count him out. Aiden's the kind of guy that's going to. I'm just summarizing here. Aiden's the kind of guy that'll come back in 4 to 6 months, and but he wouldn't count him out. He might make it back this season. That just shows. I love him. I love Dan Campbell. He's a warrior, but Aiden Hutchinson's injury was probably one of the worst I've ever seen.
Ooh,
it's up there.
That was bad. Yeah, that was up there with Paul George.
McGregor's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, when McGregor kicked that guy in the shin and snap. And if you watch the play back with Hutchinson, you can hear when it snaps.
Just fucking.
Yeah, you can hear when it snaps. Not good.
And he's a guy I enjoy him. He's a good kid, and it sucks because he was on a good start to the season here. But no, thoughts and prayers to him. Yeah, he had 6.5 fucking sacks, Trevor.
Big blow to that the leader of that Lions defense that held the ever-loving Cowboys to 9 points.
Yeah.
And don't just wait, folks. I wasn't done trashing the Cowboys. We're talking about the Lions here for a second. We're talking about the Lions.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, he did say if the Lions, get all the way through, make it to the Super Bowl, Aiden Hutchinson could come back.
Could come back. He
said what? 4 to 6?
4 to 6 months.
4 to 6 from a broken tibia and fibia would be utterly insane.
Yeah.
But what is Aiden Hutchinson if not insane?
Yeah.
He's an insane talent, an insane leader, and an insane defensive player for those Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Who now have to fill the biggest void that they've ever had to fill. That's a TJ Watt-like void right there.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. No, he's a leader. He's a young kid, but I feel he's the leader of that defense, Trevor.
Oh, yes. Not only that, the way he's entrenched himself in the Detroit community, in the Michigan community, he's a beloved figure. Like I said, a locker room leader, a hell of a talent on the field. He's going to be sorely missed. I wish nothing but the best for him. Hopefully a speedy recovery, and hopefully he gets back on the field sooner than expected when the Lions make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, definitely going to have to get another spark plug while he's out. But moving on here, Philadelphia Eagles, played the Browns, like we just alluded to in the beginning of the show. But cameras caught Philadelphia Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni yelling and gesturing at the home crowd near the end of Sunday's game. They were booing him, Trevor. Yeah. I don't know if he didn't know that they were booing him. And then they interview him at the end of the game. He's just excited to get the win, and he smirked afterward and walked off. Are the Eagles fans turning on him? Are they not happy with Sirianni?
I tell you, he's on the hot seat, brother.
Oh, I think so.
He's on the hot seat. He's not delivering what the Eagles have come to expect these last several seasons. Yeah. They're scrimping and scraping by right now. What's their record right now? I think they might still be 4-2. Yeah, 3-2. Excuse me. They had the bye week. But they're not winning these games in convincing fashion. They beat the Saints 15-12, got smoked by the Bucs, lost to the Falcons, barely beat the Packers in Brazil, and then barely beat a stumbling, bumbling, trash Browns team. Mm-hmm. I can see why Philly fans are upset. They expect a lot more from their franchise. They expect a lot more from their franchises. We'll be talking about the Sixers here pretty quick. That season starts up too.
Correct. Yep.
And you bet your ass there's going to be some boo birds if the Sixers don't deliver. You bet your ass there's some boo birds when the Eagles don't deliver. And Sirianni, do you know what that shows me? That shows me he can't fucking handle it.
Right.
You can't handle it. You can't get out the kitchen, bro. Get it. You're in Philly. You're in Philly. You are entrenched within the most vile, angry fan base in sports. We're talking about the same fan base that threw snowballs at Santa Claus. Who throws snowballs at Santa Claus except for Philly fans? Right. And they'll say it, and I tend to agree with them because I have a foot in there. I have a foot in that fandom too.
Yep.
They are the best because they're the worst. And they are the worst. Yeah. But they're the best.
Every time I think of the Eagles, I think of Hines Ward doing the fucking Eagle thing when he scored a touchdown on the ball. I mean, he's lucky. He's lucky they have security because those fans, I don't even want to know what the hell they were saying to him. But no, moving along here.
Definitely some things we can't repeat on this show, Billy.
Oh, God, no. Jesus Christ. No. I'm still waiting for him to get in the Hall of Fame. But going on here, I bet you everybody's been waiting to see me and Trevor's reaction. If you know us, we're big Steeler fans. But we try to not be as biased, but at times we just have to be because we love the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. But anyways, here, the Steelers snap a 2-game losing streak in decisive fashion in Sin City with a 32-13 victory over the Raiders that left them at 4-2 with a lot of room for a field goal to feel good about Trevor. But now we come into this week. I fucking knew it was going to happen. Russell Wilson's had his fucking helmet on the entire game. He was like that guy from Longest Yard. What the hell's that guy?
Brucey.
I can't remember. Brucey. That's what I was picturing every time they had him and he had his helmet on.
It's Brucey's time to shine, baby.
I don't have any bad feelings about it. I'll let you take your lead on your take on what the hell's going on here in this organization.
No, sure. Let's talk about the game first.
Yeah.
Dominant performance from the Steelers in more ways than one. Najee, his first 100-yard game, had a touchdown on top of that with that superhero-like stretch. That was one of the best runs I've ever seen Najee perform. He was running like a madman the whole game, and the offensive line was giving him the support he needed to throw some shoulders, throw some legs, throw some flying knees and some feet and some drop kicks and fists, whatever he could throw at guys to keep running. He threw.
Not juke.
He kept running. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. And Jaylen Warren served more of a purpose than running the ball. Only had 6 carries, 7 yards, but he sprung some blocks clean for Fields and the like. Had a couple catches as well. He did just fine. Calvin Austin getting open for a couple receptions. Didn't really have to throw the ball a whole lot, but that's just fine as well. The defense coming up with, I think they have 3 turnovers, Billy? I think it was 3 turnovers.
Yep.
Yeah, 3 turnovers, 2 fumble recoveries, and a pick. Deshaun Elliott has been one of the best acquisitions in the last 5 years on the defensive side for the Steelers. He had another good game, as did Dante Jackson, as of course TJ Watt with that, with the pound.
Yeah.
Punching the ball out on the goal line.
Fuck yeah.
All around good game for the Steelers. Could stay off the penalty sheet a little more. 7 penalties again for 50 yards. And don't be fooled, guys. The Raiders, they only had 4 for 42, but they came at some back-breaking moments, I will tell you that. One, I believe, brought back a touchdown. One, another big third-down conversion. Then another couple kept Steelers' drives going.
Yes.
So, and credit to the Steelers, they took advantage, and the score was what it was. It was nice not to sweat through all 4 quarters.
Oh, I agree.
It was especially after that Penn State USC game, that was... brought the emotions down a little bit. Did not bring the alcohol intake down. I had, some celebratory ones afterward rather than ones that it goes one of 2 ways with my alcohol intake, ladies and gentlemen. Either the Steelers win close and then I just sip on a couple, or they lose and then I drink like I would celebrate a 32-13 victory. So it's, not a whole lot of variability there. It's either one thing or this thing or this. It's one of 3 things.
Yeah.
And thankfully it was a good thing this week. Celebratory beverages.
No, I agree. But no, takeaways. Yeah. I felt Fields game manager. He didn't have stellar fucking, passing yards, Trevor, but 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't know what, and we'll get into it, but the defense showed up when we needed them to. TJ, as always, Tomlin, every time he's asked, we expect that. It's sometimes you have to be at awe. I know he's at awe. He just doesn't want to give full flowers to Teach.
You saw the way he was smirking on the side. I think that's his way of being in awe. Like he's like the Undertaker. He's going to no-sell everything, but he's going to smirk a little bit.
Oh, he's probably. But yeah. Overall, though, I think it was a complete game. But now, going over to this, and I did post a video before, I believe, on Sunday night, in regards to this whole Fields situation. I don't see why we're wanting to go away from him. And there's a lot of fans out there that want Wilson to get a chance. Even the fucking Steelers radio. No offense to those guys, Charlie Batch and I forget who else does it. They do a great job. I don't see why we need to change. And I said to Trevor before, our parents, when we were going up, hey, maybe not do that. And you didn't listen and you got either fucking hurt, burned, or whatever. I feel like that is the same situation. Why change it if it's good? I'm going to be real pissed off if number 3's taking the snaps on Sunday. That's all I have to say, folks.
Is it Bill Hillgrove and Craig Wolfe, I believe, for Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Radio?
maybe it's them. Yeah.
Might be them. Might be
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
No, it's I saw a post today. Russell taking first team snaps, I believe.
Yeah.
Could potentially, they're like seriously contemplating or whatever Tomlin threw out. I don't think he didn't create a new Tomlinism this week. He just did his usual coach speak stuff. We're considering it basically.
Yeah.
And I get it. If you're going to stick with the narrative that Russ was your number one guy all along and Fields was just filling in, Tomlin's going to stick to that. That's how he is. That's how he's always been.
Right.
Do I agree with that philosophy this season? You got a guy that's been plugged into the offense and is kind of thriving with a broken and young offensive line.
Correct.
He's 4-2. And yes, it takes him getting a couple rushing touchdowns every game, but as long as he's scoring touchdowns, as long as he's putting points on the board, as long as he's winning games, if the wheel ain't broke, don't tighten the bolts.
Correct.
Wheel ain't broke. Far from it. Wheel's moving just fine. Just got some new grease. We're good.
Right.
We're good to go, man. And thankfully, Frazier's not going to be out too long. That was I wasn't
very upset.
No, I know. I don't believe he's going to be out too long. I think he's week to week is what they're calling it. Week to week with that injury.
Okay.
So, but no, if we keep running the ball like we are, we keep playing defense like we are, the offense doesn't need to light it up for 30 a game.
No.
Far from it. Like I said, we scored 20. We're probably going to win 9 times out of 10.
And I call out, not you, Trevor, because I know you know what the hell's going on.
You can call me out. I don't care.
No, I call out the fans out there.
Fight? We can fight.
No, I call out the fans out there. Do you forget that we didn't get a first down in the first quarter? Multiple fucking games last year. I'm talking multiple. And we're getting first downs on usually our first drive. So
I was going to say, we started out that game with a field goal. We drove down with Boswell like a 50-yard field goal he kicked, which the great and powerful Boz, he's automatic from anywhere in a Allegiant Stadium in a dome there. So
yeah.
And the classic adage, to quote the old Roger Woods song, if we don't get it in the end zone, we'll get 3 points from a Boswell Stone. And the only kick he's missed thus far was a 62-yarder at Heinz Field.
Which it looked good. It just
at the leg, it was wide.
Yeah.
But and I think it was into the open end too, if I recall correct. I think it was so. Yeah. Little tough.
But no, that's where I'm at. So we'll see on probably again, like I said last week to you beautiful people and Trevor, Friday we'll probably, or maybe even on fucking Sunday, we will not have an answer. So up until the game, it might be
facts, ladies and gentlemen.
Which it's nice to we're going to be facing a team that held their own against the Bills last night, Trevor. But I think Tomlin's looking at it too. They got to strategize for both, and I think he enjoys that very much because there is some different components that they are different, but both mobile. But I haven't seen
Russ not quite as much. I don't know if you can do this like design run stuff as much with him. Mm-hmm. You can do it with Fields.
Yeah,
he's a little more durable, a little younger, a little more shifty. I mean, Russ can run. He can run. He can scramble. I don't know if he can do this design run type stuff that Arthur Smith likes to toss in there.
Yeah. But moving on though. Denver Broncos head coach Sean Payton is now going back to his old home on his return to New Orleans, where he won a Super Bowl with them. Also is facing the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, Dennis Allen, who was on his staff in his tenure there. Mixed emotions going into there, Trevor. He states here, but I don't see. I don't see the Broncos having any issues facing the Saints this week.
No, I mean, we thought the Saints are going to be world beaters after that 2-0 start, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oops.
I was very concerned, bro.
Yeah. You thought they were going to hit the over on the win total from you. You had them winning what? 4 games?
4 games. 4
and 13, if I recall correctly. Yeah. I don't know if they'll get to that. Yeah. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Sean Payton visiting his old place with a new refurbished Broncos team that's good on defense. They got Bo Nix, who's performing decently well for his young tenure.
Yeah.
They're going into New Orleans. Yes, into New
Yes.
Orleans.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I think they should be able to handle things. I would take the under. I don't care where the score is. I'd
Not gonna
probably
be-
take the under.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the spread is on that game. I can't imagine it's too big, and I can't imagine the over-under's too high.
Al Michaels is gonna fucking spoon his eye out. This might be the game.
That's the Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, this might be like that. What was it? That Colts Broncos Cup from a couple years back.
Holy shit.
At 12-9, all field goals. Matty Ice, old Matty Ice versus initial year Broncos Russ.
Yeah. Terrible. It was terrible.
I wanted to gouge my own eyes out. That was ugly.
Yes. But no, just moving on here. Last point on the news section, then we're going over to Trevor's. Lamar Jackson has carried been carrying the ball like a motherfucker ever since he's got in the league. He just passed Cam Newton for second most rushing yards by QB against the Commanders in their 30-23 win. Now at 5,628 yards, Trevor, he only has to hit the mark of Mike Vick's record at 6,109 yards. That is amazing. How long Vick was in the league that Lamar's about to fucking pass him here?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if this season, I guess.
How far is he away?
500? About 500.
Probably early next season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably early next season. But he's going to hit it.
Yeah.
He's absolutely going to hit it. The best multi-tool quarterback in the NFL today, maybe other than Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say I would put him, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, probably 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Decide whatever order you want. Those are the three guys, but one of them's won 2 MVPs, and he wears number 8 and plays for the Ratbirds. No, I know. He hasn't won any Super Bowls yet, though. He crapped down the playoffs, but
I'm okay if he never does.
No, of course, I'm okay if the Ratbirds. I don't want them to see the light of another Super Bowl victory at all. But yeah, they got an interesting contest coming up against the Buccaneers on a Monday night as well. Be Lamar versus Baker. That's the spread on that game. Ravens actually favored by 3.5 and a 47.5 over under, which indicates probably gonna be a pretty good game there. Both defenses can be stout, but both offenses can also bust it wide open whenever they need to. Baker more so in the pass game, and then Lamar being more of the dual threat, of course. But you got to account for Derrick Henry as well. He's got 704 and 8 touchdowns so far this season. That's through 6 games, folks. 6 games.
Fucking wild.
Stupid. He's absolutely stupid. I mean, when you got like Ronnie Stanley and Linderbaum and Ricard blocking for you, that helps.
Yeah.
But he's also a 6'4", 250-pound freight train.
Freak.
Running down the tracks and insanely durable, too. It's amazing how durable. People thought he was going to fall off. He didn't fall off.
No.
He ran people over is what he did, and he's going to continue to do so. He's probably going to do that a little bit to the Bucs defense, but I'll definitely have that game on. Probably won't have that Chargers-Cardinals game on. Apologies to fans of those specific teams, but the clear main event is Ravens-Buccaneers for the week.
Yeah. Yeah, no. But that's
maybe other than Niners Chiefs, but
that will be a good one, Yeah. No. But no, I'll be back later on with debate time here. We'll be going over to Trevor's news and segments here.
Yeah, we're just going to jump right into the segments, Billy. If we can start with what's more likely, my friend.
What's more likely? Okay, here we go. Here we fucking go. Turn the music down a little bit. Here we go. There we go.
So starting right out here and kind of going along with the fresh news of the Devontae Adams trade and the Amari Cooper trades today, Jeff Billy was way ahead of me in this one. More likely to end up in a Steelers uniform, free agent Hunter Renfrow, or wide receiver Mike Williams?
I'd say Mike Williams.
I'd like Mike Williams.
Yeah.
We already have our slot guy. His name is Calvin.
Yeah. And he's doing a pretty damn good job.
He is doing good. He's getting open. Fields missed him a couple times this past week, but it is what it is. Kind of comes with the territory there. But yeah, Jeff, I'm right along with you. I'd like Mike Williams to be in a Steelers uniform very soon because anything is an upgrade at wide receiver 2 from Van Jefferson.
Yeah, he's just kind of like who the hell we have last year? Allen Robinson. I don't mean to be disrespectful towards him, but yeah.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Yeah. But transitioning to the betting side of things, Mr. Billy.
Yeah.
More likely FanDuel NFL weekly special to hit here. This isn't like the Futures Fusion. Those are apparently gone now. Unfortunately, you got to bet those up to a certain time, and then they went away. I was enjoying those, but they went away. Now we got weekly specials. C.J. Stroud or Jordan Love to throw 4+ tuds.
Okay.
That's at plus 450. And these two teams go against each other at San Fran at a 425 clip. Travis Kelce and George Kittle to each have 20+ receiving yards in each half of that game. That's at plus 480. What are you putting your ticket on, my friend?
I'll tell you right now, Sunday morning, I'm putting in that Kelce and Kittle.
Kelce Kittle?
Yep.
Think tight ends dominate that one?
I think they're going to get more involved. Kittle's been really, I think, getting more involved in the offense more than last season, Trevor. I mean, he's always a big part.
Seems so. Yeah. Seems so.
And I think Kelce
too.
And I think Kelce
already.
Yeah, and I think Kelce wants to be a fucking statement game this time of year. So I'd go with that more than Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud.
Okay, fair enough. Well, it's Stroud or Love to throw 4 TDs. And let me see who those two guys are playing here real quick. I did not make my pick'em bets yet this week, folks. So give me a moment. Let's see. Packers they play each other as well. Texans, Packers at Green Bay. And both teams sport pretty good defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Much improved from last season. And I have the Packers defense, who's 3rd ranked in fantasy right now. I'll gladly take that. Didn't think that would be the case. I have the number 1 in the Bears and the Packers in one of my leagues. So I'm sitting kind of pretty right there. That being said, I'm with you on the Kelce and Kittle prop, 20+ yards in each half for each of them.
Mm-hmm. Just real quick, Stas, you're a Giants fan, okay? We will never have Daniel Bones Jones on our fucking team, okay?
Okay. No.
Yeah, anyways, no. I just had to address that.
Y'all scored 7 points on Monday? Okay. Thanks.
Jesus Christ.
They did. I speak facts, Billy. This is what I do. Facts hurt. And when you're a Giants fan, facts hurt.
Daniel Jones on the Steelers.
No. Yeah.
Someone would have to check on me. I'd get so pissed off, Trevor. I'd have to get sedated. Sorry. Keep going with your segment here.
No. All good, Billy. I love that we're debating these topics. We need to go off on tangents sometimes. I got a few college football ones here for you guys before I jump back into the NFL, more so in the later segments. And don't worry, I'm not done trashing the Cowboys yet. Stick around.
Here we are.
What's more likely? Alabama somehow misses the college football playoff. And remember, they almost lost to South Carolina after losing to Vanderbilt. Or does someone other than Tyler Warren, who tied an NCAA record for receptions by a tight end, 17 he had this past week, snap the ball and mossed a guy on the same play? I'd never seen that in my life. That was fantastic. Someone other than Tyler Warren wins the Mackey.
I got to go with the first one.
Bama misses?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that fucking Warren.
That one? I figured you'd like that one. I was thinking the same thing. Actually,
he's just an absolute dog.
He's our offense. I'm worried that he is, but he is.
I feel terrible saying
Singleton and Allen, but
Yeah. I feel terrible saying this. That was like the actual only game this season that I've watched fully at Penn State, and I'm like, this guy is a fucking unit. Jesus,
Stupid good, my friend. Stupid good.
damn it.
Let's see what Alabama's got here. They got Tennessee this week. They got to go into Vols country. Then they got after that versus Mizzou, then at LSU. That kind of ends the tough portion of their run. The 3 games following, they play Mercer. Yes, Mercer. A down Oklahoma squad and the Iron Bowl against Auburn to round it out. So
I think these next 2 they gotta win for sure.
Well, I was going to say these next 3, they probably can't. They probably can't let more than one of those slip.
No, I mean that's fucking crisis mode right now.
They might be able to afford one, but they got to rely on Georgia to make them look good too.
Yeah, Jesus.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, I know I'll stick with number 1 as well. Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. So we got a little bit of history, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Talking the service academies.
Oh.
Army, Navy, both ranked for the first time since 1960.
Goddamn right.
I don't know where you were in 1960. I wasn't alive yet.
No.
I don't think your dad was even alive yet. My dad wasn't even alive yet.
No.
Long time ago. But they're ranked number 23 and number 25, respectively. Army being 23, Navy being 25.
Yeah.
Both undefeated as we speak.
Yeah.
So, but you also got a couple of unlikely undefeateds in Indiana and the Pitt Panthers.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
What's more likely? Somehow, both Pitt and Indiana make the playoff, or one of those undefeated service academies makes the playoff. And I'll give you odds. Do you want odds? Yeah. You want odds? I checked it earlier. This was as of like 10 o'clock this morning when I was goofing off of work prepping for this thing. Pitt and Indiana combine to make the playoff in a parlay, plus 2690.
Okay.
Army is at plus 2,000. Navy plus 2,400 to make the playoff.
I got to go with our servicemen.
Servicemen?
Yeah.
I think it's Army or Navy. Who makes it? That's not really part of the answer, but I want to. I'm curious.
It was plus 2,000.
Army.
I was thinking them even before. Okay, yeah, Army.
Yeah. They do have a little bit more versatile of an attack too. Navy still has that traditional power option, triple option type offense. Yeah.
I'll go Army on that.
We're 3 for 3, buddy. I'm with you too.
Yeah, not scripted. So.
No. I wish it was. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we could afford some of these tangents and hiccups and make it more of a concise show, but we don't like that. Conciseness isn't our thing.
No.
Enthusiasm, passion, and genuine conversation. That's our thing.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Sticking with college, my friend. More likely, multiple score home underdog to pull a major upset. And don't worry, I'll give you some background on the first one here. Purdue, 27.5-point dog against Oregon. Or Mississippi State, plus 15.5 dog versus Texas A&M. And just to give you some information, those odds, of course, via ESPN Bet. Purdue tied for third all-time in wins versus AP number 1 seeds. They have 7. Just as well, boasts 17 wins versus top 5 opponents while unranked. That is the most in college football history.
Damn. See, I was kind of going towards Mississippi State with their
the spread. The spread is, I don't want to say misleading. It's just there's a lot of history on Purdue's side here. Yeah, and I know they're 1-5. Yeah, not having a great season. But guess what? They weren't having a great season when they beat Ohio State a few years ago.
That Purdue game, a home game?
For Purdue, yeah.
Okay, and that kind of.
Yeah, both of those underdogs are at home against respectively Oregon and Texas A&M.
I'm going to take Purdue there.
You like Purdue?
I see a fucking mayhem on the field. Yes.
Oh, I would love that.
Yes.
I would love that.
I'll go with you. Mm-hmm.
I think it's Oregon's time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think that Cinderella story is going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you have the angle, the emotional come down, right? Oregon coming off that big victory versus Ohio State, which was glorious.
Yes.
I teased my work friend today, who's an Ohio State fan. I said, my hands, they kept cramping up, and they just kept doing this.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
He got absolutely pissed, and I just laughed my ass off. I love it when Ohio State fans get pissed at me. Ryan Day is the Michael Jordan of James Franklin's, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Knows how to win the big games until they get too big.
Yes. Yes.
That being said, we're talking about Oregon here. I'll say Mississippi State. Texas A&M, they're prone to play a little bit worse. They've had a couple of up and down, peaks and valleys type of games. So I think they're more prone to a road loss versus a multiple score opponent.
Hell yeah.
That's just me. SEC ball, unpredictable as it gets. So especially this season, it's been crazy chaotic. I love every second of it, except when it affects my team.
Pick 'em league, I'm fucked. One of the most interesting college football seasons I've seen in my life.
Yeah, it's unpredictable.
Unpredictable.
My friend. Week to week, it's not easy. It's not easy. But switching over to baseball here, real quick for you, Billy. Got to talk playoffs for a second and talk about two guys that have really defined baseball, period, throughout these past several years. Talking about Juan Soto and Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
Both big contract guys, and both guys that obviously know how to mash.
Oh, yeah.
Great TV show, MASH. You ever watch MASH?
I don't think
you haven't? No?
Maybe a couple episodes or so, but
okay.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Highly recommend. It's funny as shit.
Okay.
Player more likely to mash 5+ home runs in their respective championship series, Juan Soto or Shohei Ohtani?
Well, technically he's not a betting guy, but I'm going to go with Ohtani.
You got Ohtani?
Yeah.
Ooh, you got Ohtani.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Are there what's the game tonight? I think it's the Yankees tonight. Oh yeah. Yankees are winning 3-0 so far. Actually, let me check on Mr. Soto to see if he. No. Okay. Soto not involved in the scoring yet, unfortunately. So, yeah, the easy pick is Shohei. The tough pick is Soto.
Yeah.
Probably Shohei. Shohei, he's lower on the odds a little bit too, plus 1,100. That's the money you're getting on him, plus 1,200 on Soto. So you could get some more money on Soto, but and anybody from that Yankees offense, well, of course, anybody from that Dodgers offense as well. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, yeah, they can mash too and contribute. Maybe Shohei doesn't need to mash as much, but
if betting was a thing, like FanDuel and ESPN Bet and fucking MGM, back when Jeter was fucking playing, Trevor,
yeah,
it's basically like, I'm not a big baseball guy, but like if there was something in there, every time there's a Shohei bet, you have to put money on it. I don't, but people out there, they just fucking throw money at it because it might stick or it might not fucking stick. It's just like the same thing with him back in the day. You know what I mean? Like it might happen.
Yeah, might happen.
Yeah,
I don't know. We shall see, my good man. We shall see. Very excited for both of those championship series. Obviously, rooting for the underdogs. Can't stand the Dodgers. Can't stand the Yankees.
No.
Two of the richest franchises in baseball. Long storied history, both of them. One a little bit better than the other, obviously. I was kind of hoping the Padres would put a stop to the Dodgers, but it is what it is. It is. I didn't have a whole lot of hope in the Royals to stop the Yankees. I do have a little bit more hope in Cleveland to do so. Cleveland, this is your time. Beat the Yankees, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Goddamn right. Yeah.
Now, because of this show, Billy.
Yeah.
Of course, I should preface this. We're both wrestling fans. We both love to watch the programming. It's top tier nowadays, right? Top tier. All three programs, Monday Night Raw, NXT, and, of course, SmackDown. Due to the timing of this show, we're unable to watch one of those shows live, NXT.
Yeah.
And that's quite okay. But I've been hearing a lot about these two gentlemen really connecting with the crowd, with their characters, with their abilities in the ring. One of them just recently a champion.
Mm.
Well, actually, the other one was a North American champion not too long ago as well. I'm talking about Oba Femi and Wes Lee. Two guys, very different styles. Oba Femi, much more of a powerhouse. Wes Lee, the high flyer. More likely to get promoted to the main roster first. Oba Femi or Wes Lee?
Your eyes just get caught every time Wes Lee's in a fucking match. So I'd say Wes Lee. He's just very exciting to watch. No offense to the other guy, but I've watched more of Wes Lee's product than the other guys.
You do have to watch Oba Femi a little bit as well. He has a nice little strut to him.
All right.
Big guy too. He's like 6'5", 260, 270, 290. So he's big boy. He's big boy. Dustin going with Wes Lee. I don't blame you. Wes Lee, exciting character. I think he would fit a little bit better into the main roster at this point, but I'd like to see Oba Femi get a nice little push. They might push him toward the NXT title first, give him a little run with that, and then push him to the main show. I don't know if Wes Lee is going to need that same treatment.
Now, what the hell's this other guy's name again, Trevor? You said
Oba Femi. Oba
Femi. Now, if Vince McMahon was running the fucking show, that's his guy.
It'd probably be Oba Femi. I know the crowd kind of they do connect a little bit more with Wes Lee, but I'd like to see Oba Femi move up a little bit.
Yeah. Both of them. Fuck it.
No, both of them at the same time. If they both get drafted in the next WWE draft, primo, fantastic. Throw Wes Lee on Raw, Oba Femi on SmackDown, or vice versa. That'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. It's like that Dragunov guy that's on Raw right now. I like him too.
Yeah.
You know, he does. Yeah, it's great.
Conductor.
Oh yeah. He's a mad Russian, but he's a good Russian. He's a good fella. He's a good fella.
Yeah.
Knows how to put on a hell of a fight as well.
Oh.
And with that is it for this week's edition of What's More Likely, moving into All In, Raise, Check, or Fold. Good sir.
Okay.
If you want to cue that up.
All right.
I'm parched. Billy, I see something wrong with this picture.
What the fuck? It didn't change. There you go.
There you go. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. How's that Coke?
It's pretty good.
Does that Jack? Yeah,
Jack,
little Jackie pool.
I do the homeless mixers.
Ah, okay. You don't have glasses like a proper whiskey drinker, proper drinker.
I got glasses down there, but I was like, you know what? I got the bottle over there. I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna pour a little bit in.
Boom, and then
you think I'm drinking Coke, but really I'm getting hammered over here. So
no, that makes. I mean, I put a little not this, but weirdly, and I know this is going to come off as a hell of a juxtaposition. Wearing this shirt, one of the most famous beer drinkers of all time. I was enjoying a couple seltzers at the office today. You know, got through a big deadline today, and I tossed it in the coffee cup, and went to town.
Yeah.
Emptied it before I left, obviously. Don't want to drink and drive. Don't want to do that.
Right.
But as soon as I got home, happy dad, my friend. Happy dad.
Just touch on the collaboration that's on that can for the folks out there.
Oh, yeah. So if y'all can see it, Death Row Records.
It's badass.
Yeah. badass record label. Known a little bit for their hardcore stuff. Happy Dad Seltzer. Not that hardcore. It tastes good though, and
Yeah.
I like it too. RC Channing Frye and Fred Taylor, they toss it on the what's it called? Pivot podcast. Happy Dad, big sponsor of them. Was excited to see when this came to PA. Took a little bit to, for Happy Dad to come into Pennsylvania, but I saw it at Sheets today. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Normally like I said, normally a beer guy, but I do enjoy me a Happy Dad seltzer. And this one, the grape one, pretty solid.
With the grape,
pretty
flavor.
solid.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more of a black cherry seltzer guy. I don't know about you, but this ain't bad. This ain't bad. Yeah. But anyway, moving on from that, All In Race Checker Fold. Talked about Kevin Stefanski a little bit. Talked about the Browns a little bit. And I know I kind of already gave my opinion on this, but just to see, send me a can in the mail. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. The shipping's ridiculous for that. Go buy your own, Dustin. Okay? Go buy your own. Anyway, back to Kevin Stefanski with All In Race Checker Fold. See where you are on the spectrum with this one. Kevin Stefanski was telling the truth when he said Deshaun Watson gives us the best chance to win in his post-game presser. And by the truth, I mean his truth. Not necessarily everybody else's. His truth.
I'm going to go check.
Okay. Explain.
I don't know if he's just seeing that the organization just put so much money into it and he's just covering his own ass. So he's just somehow in his own fucked up head every time he goes to the office, Trevor, on the way there, he's just like, I have to lie today. Maybe Deshaun will throw a better pass. Maybe he'll be better next Sunday, next Monday, whenever the hell it is. That's where I'm at with it because he's a good coach. Maybe he still believes. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know the truth. I don't know.
No, I was in between fold and check. I'll stick with you. I'll stick with check.
Yeah.
I don't know. And Jameis Winston, not the biggest winner ever. He's famous for that 30-30 year, 30 touchdowns, 30 picks. Doesn't necessarily take care of the ball all the time. Weird personality too. That rubs some people the wrong way. Definitely did in New Orleans. Probably does in Cleveland as well. Probably did in Tampa Bay as well.
Right.
But to me, he's a little bit better of an option than Deshaun Watson at the present moment. And I think Stefanski knows that. Again, it's the ownership kind of putting the proverbial gun to his head and saying, you're going to start Deshaun and you're going to go down with the ship here.
Yeah.
And if you want my personal opinion, this is why I was kind of in between check and fold. I said this today. I had a bit of an epiphany today. And I was talking with some coworkers about it. They are going to ride this thing until everyone gets fired. They could very well ride this thing until they clean house again. And wouldn't you know it, they're the same old Browns because they will not change as an organization.
It's getting to the point that the owner of the Pirates and I think the owner of the Browns hang out a lot. Because they're very similar.
They might. I don't know if the Browns owner does as much charity work, though.
No, I agree with that. But no, it's just, I don't know, Trevor. It's just very interesting. Comes off Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
And fuck.
Yeah.
Is he an ass kisser? Is that the factor here? He's just going to fall in line.
He doesn't strike me as one.
Okay. I don't know.
Other people might have a different opinion on that.
I don't know.
He does not strike me as an ass kisser. He strikes me as a tamer Nick Sirianni. A tamer and a little bit more strategic up here.
Fair enough. I agree. That's good. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All in, raise, check, or fold. The Lions can still make the Super Bowl and Hutchinson can come back.
I'll go raise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's standing in their way in the NFC, my friend?
that old friend, the 49ers.
Yeah. Season's
That's what
not
I'm
over
worried
for them
about.
yet. Yeah. Okay.
Fuck, I'm trying to think of somebody else that's
Vikings.
really catching.
Well,
I
honestly,
think that's
that
gonna.
entire NFC North. Look at that NFC North. Packers 4-2. Bears are 4-2. Lions 4-1. Minnesota 5-0. They still got to play each other yet, but
Right. I think that's going to be a Steelers situation when they went 11-0. I think they're going to crash and burn. Sorry to the Bulls there, the Vikings. Sorry, Skull, whatever the fuck. Yeah,
Skull.
Yeah, I said Foles. Fucking that's
Nick Foles. You're talking Nick Foles now. We're not talking the 2019 Eagles, bud. Come on.
That's what it's looking like.
Get it together.
It's something. Yeah, that's where I'm at though.
Okay. I'll say check. I'll say check. I'll believe it when I see it. Lions get into the Super Bowl. I've not seen anything close to that in my entire football fandom, and I haven't started believing it until now. I will stick with them. They've been my team since they've been my other team, my NFC team. They've been that since Dan Campbell got there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute dog who bites the kneecaps off of opponents and then walks away chewing them.
Yep.
Does it with a lot of success too.
Oh hell yeah!
A lot of success. And don't get me wrong, they just kicked the shit. Out of the Cowboys.
They did.
47-9 on the road. I'm gonna run down the stat sheet on a scale of 1 to 10. Are they fucked? I'm gonna run down that a little bit because we're gonna talk about a certain someone that might also be on the hot seat.
Hell yeah!
I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's Andy Reid's cousin in cheeseburger eating.
Oh shit! He DoorDashes at the end of the game. He probably had a DoorDash waiting in the locker room. I'll tell you that.
He DoorDashed the chipotle.
Yeah.
And ate the shit out of some of those black beans. You know what I'm saying?
I know Jerry's going to come down here and rip my ass. So Miles will fucking eat some.
I might as well eat something that's just going to tear my ass apart before he gets down here.
Yep. It's the only thing you can do.
Mm-hmm. We talked about Oregon for a little bit. Talked about Oregon, Ohio State. I don't know if you watched. Did you watch that game, my friend?
Had a bet on it. Yeah.
I tell you, I picked Ohio State in some of my pick'em pools, but you know what? I did the smart thing. I did a smart thing.
Yeah.
Some of my undead brain cells were working, and they said, Trevor, Oregon's down 7-0 right now. Put in a bet for them to win and utilize your profit boost.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah. I took the fucking spread. Shouldn't have done it.
You bet the spread, friend?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ashamed.
I was addicted after that.
It's okay.
That little win I got.
Yeah. So, no, it literally, I put, what did I put? Like $12 down, I think?
Yeah.
Or no, 10. 10 was the max bet on the thing. So I put 10 down and I won 55.
Good day.
Good day.
Fuck yeah.
That funded my gambling for the next day, which I didn't win shit, but I still, net profit of about $30 for the weekend.
Yeah, ain't bad at all.
Not bad. For the little nickel dime bets that I do, that's not bad.
No.
Talking about coaches again.
Yep.
Dan Lanning.
Okay.
Dog, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
More than that, a family man and a pillar of that community in Eugene. Dan Lanning has surpassed Ryan Day already in terms of coaching legacy.
Just because I'm not familiar with it, I'll go Rays. But yeah, just the comments. Now, every coach at Ohio State carries some stuff I don't appreciate, so I'll go Rays there.
Okay, I was thinking the same thing. I was between Rays and an all-in.
Yeah. Urban Meyer sticks out the most. Fuck him.
No, of course.
Yeah,
Dan Lanning gotta Dan Lanning got to get into the playoff. Got to make some noise in there.
Yeah,
and then he'll surpass him.
Okay.
That it did come down to a bit a weird situation where Oregon took advantage of their own 12-man penalty.
Mhm.
The clock ran through the
Yep.
play, and it cut like 3 or 4 seconds off. Then, of course, Will Howard runs in the middle of the field, might not have been aware of how much time was left, thought he maybe had that full 10, but he only had the 7 seconds left, slides down, and game over. Game over.
Yep.
Game over.
Yep. Idiot.
Yeah, a little bit. But regardless, Oregon comes out on top. Big home win, one of their biggest in the program's history.
Mhm.
And hopefully that's just a launching pad for them. Hopefully this isn't hopefully this is far from the end of the legacy that is Oregon football under Dan Lanning. And like I said, launching pad. I think this pushes them to that next level.
Yep.
They cracked the glass ceiling. Let's break through it now, shall we, Oregon?
Yeah.
If they do,
Watch the fuck out.
Watch the fuck out. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about another top team actually the top team in the nation, who even through their quarterback carousel have managed to stay undefeated against top tier teams. Well, actually, not top tier teams to come. They haven't faced a ton yet. They did face Oregon, beat the brakes off of them by the numbers and analytics. That was their toughest opponent. But they got Georgia coming up.
Yep.
They got a pissed off Georgia Bulldog squad coming up at home. 7:30 game. I would imagine this is the game day site. I haven't heard otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3.5-point favorites, my man.
Yeah.
Per ESPN bet, they are 3.5-point favorites. Who would have thought?
Right.
Texas under Steve Sarkisian would be 3.5-point favorites against Kirby Smart and those vehicular manslaughtering Bulldogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
see where you are with this. If they can beat Georgia, they can run the table. And I'll tell you why here. I'll tell you why. Because they got Georgia, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got Georgia. But after that, they got Vandy, Florida, Arkansas, Kentucky, who's proven to be a tough out this year.
Yes.
Good defense, physical team. And then last game of the regular season on the road at Texas A&M in College Station. Which, speaking from a fan of some team that played them at College Station this season already, that's a tough at.
Yes.
That's a tough at.
Yep.
Thankfully, my Irish prevailed.
Correct.
Texas could be riding high into there.
Yep.
A&M has beaten a top-tier team before. They did it against Alabama a few years back.
Yeah.
They could do the same to Texas. Of course, that cross-state rivalry, that just brings out a whole new level of competition in those athletes.
Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, with that being said, and if they beat Georgia, Texas A&M likely being their toughest out after that, Texas can run the table.
David and Goliath situation, Trevor, you take them down. I'm going all in there. They beat Georgia. Yeah. Watch the fuck out.
Same here.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. I'm good.
Everybody should be worried in the NCAA.
Oh yeah, yeah. Quinn Ewers suffering that injury a couple weeks back. Arch Manning filling in. He didn't miss a beat, did he?
No,
he didn't miss a freaking beat, my friend. In the Oklahoma game, let's see what he did here. Had 199 yards, touchdown and a pick, so not too stellar a stats per se. But also had a rushing touchdown in that game. Managed the game well, and like I said, Texas just blew Oklahoma out of the water in the Red River rivalry, which is normally a lot closer, and Oklahoma actually won that last year in Texas's place.
Yeah.
So the fact that they can win that sort of rivalry game in that fashion on the road, they can beat the brakes off of anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe except for Georgia, which is why I'm at a raise.
Okay.
I'm at a raise. If they do beat Georgia, though,
It'll get interesting.
When's the last time we saw a 2-loss Georgia team?
I don't know.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I don't have that. In the old
No.
noggin mind. Like I said, folks, I've destroyed some brain cells in my life, and the brain cells that remembered the last time Georgia had a 2-loss season, those are gone.
Probably in the teens, 2000s.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably. Either early Kirby or pre-Kirby.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
figure that out on the timeline. I'll let everyone do their own research. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Yeah. So switching over to basketball here, real quick. Yeah. LeBron James said in an interview this week he has no idea if he will team up with the likes of Steph Curry and Team USA again. Now, LeBron, what was he? 39. Gonna turn 40 here pretty quick. But we've seen guys come back in 40 plus, a la the 92 Dream Team, and play for Team USA, which has me thinking, all in raise, check or fold, LeBron and Steph Curry will team up again in the next Olympics. I know they're both getting up there in age. Steph's 36.
Fucking looking at 43, 44 potentially here.
Yeah. Old. But again, how old were Bird and Magic and those guys in 92?
I think high 30s.
I want to say high 30s. In a more physical game too. So they were worn a little bit more so than even LeBron and Steph could be.
Let's go. I think what LeBron's focused on, and I'm going to give more of an answer than I have throughout.
Sure. Yeah.
He's trying to pass that fucking guy all-time leader. I forget. He's from Brazil. I think 47,000 something points.
Like all-time in a career?
Yeah. International or
international or NBA. Yeah. No, I forget the guy's name.
Something. But I go Rays there, Trevor.
Okay. Yeah. That's about what I was thinking.
The body and science now.
Yeah. I mean, if there's two guys that are as durable as ever, LeBron still looks fresh at 39 somehow, and Steph hasn't slowed down too much, if at all. Yeah. So I could definitely see it. It might need some load management in there, but I think they can make it. Yeah. And we'll get into some of the exciting stuff here in a second. But that is it for this week's edition of All In, Raise, Check, or Fold. We're going to come in with some bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers, bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers with, on a scale of 1 to 10, are they fun?
Hell yeah. All right.
Gets me every time, that meme. I absolutely love it. So real quick, I want to run down this Dallas game for y'all before we talk about a certain someone that is on that ever-loving hot seat. So the Detroit Lions roll into Dallas, expecting a game Dallas team. And what did they get? They got a bunch of cowgirls is what they got.
Yes.
And the lead cowgirl, Mr. Rain Dakota Prescott. Yes, Rain's his first name. Look it up.
It is.
Completed just over half his passes and had 2 picks. Cooper Rush got in there late. Threw another one. Because why not?
Right.
Why not? A combined 53 rushing yards for that Dallas team. The only one that seemed to show up was CeeDee Lamb, who had 7 for 89.
Yep.
The rest of that team, not so good.
No.
Not so good. On top of the abysmal offensive stats, they had 5, count them, 5 turnovers.
Damn.
The Lions,
right,
0.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you win the turnover battle 5-0? You win.
Oh, you win. Yeah.
No,
You
you
fucked out a
win
team.
you had less turnovers.
Yeah.
Ergo, you win. That's kind of where I'm going with that.
Right.
You win, and you win by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I could think of no better birthday present for the 82-year-old dumb fart that is Jerry Jones, the geriatric fuck who's still stuck in the 90s way of doing things. You went all in, Jerry. You went, to quote one of our own segment, you went all in. We're going to go all in. What'd you do?
Yeah.
What'd you do? You signed Zeke Elliott again.
Fucking long snapper.
You re-signed Dak to a record-setting deal at the time.
Yeah.
You put all this faith in your coach that has consistently done well for you in the regular season and has crapped out when it matters most.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter most yet.
Correct.
They are 0-3 at home.
Mm-hmm.
When we were picking these games, we were talking Dallas home game, chalk, win, done.
Yeah.
Oh, but the Cowboys, they are just the gift that keeps on giving. Even after losing to them, I had no sour feelings after this game.
No.
If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all saw I was overjoyed. I was overjoyed.
Yeah. Make sure to.
Yeah. Even after dancing to Tim McGraw at the Steelers' victory over the Raiders, I still had some joy left in me.
Hell yeah.
And that is because that precious star on every single Cowboys fan's jersey, hat, shirt, shorts, underwear, jockstrap, whatever those cowgirl fans wear, it had some tears running down. It had some tears running down the points. I always think of that sad Cowboys fan meme. You know, the guy with the slick back hair. He's like with his girlfriend like this.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, other than a Steelers victory or Notre Dame or Penn State, other than my team winning, nothing feels better than when this spoiled, obnoxious, rich as fucking they don't deserve it, America's team, my ass, loses and loses
Get him. Yeah.
epic fashion.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
With that being said, Billy, and yes, I'm done trashing the Cowboys now. I said my piece.
How about them Cowboys?
Jimmy Johnson, he's another one. Well, you saved Jimmy Johnson's ass for me.
Yep.
Not now, obviously. Me beating up an old man, that probably wouldn't, look good for the job or the career or anything like that, as much as I would want to.
Right.
Probably not a good idea. And the hell, Jimmy Johnson played at Arkansas back in the day, won a national title with Jerry Jones on the same team. He could probably still kick my ass at 75 years old or however the hell. Dude used to play D-line, buddy. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
We're not talking about Jimmy Johnson. We're not even talking about Jason Garrett. We're not talking about Wade Phillips. We're talking about the current Cowboys coach. We're talking about Andy Reid's cousin in burger eating, Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? Mike McCarthy's coaching career as head coach of the Dallas Cowgirls.
I'm gonna go 8.
8. Ooh.
I think we start seeing here shortly pieces of his staff get fired. And then, like a sundae, Trevor, as it melts, the cherry falls into the puddle of that ice cream. And then you just say, well, fuck it.
Is
It's soggy
that
now.
is that Jerry?
Mikey.
Oh, the Cherry's Mikey. Okay.
Cherry's Mikey.
I thought
Yeah, Jerry's too worried about fucking and people have said that the Steelers are stuck in an era as well, but he just doesn't fucking get it now. And he needs to take the owner position and have someone run the GM.
Yeah.
That's really it. And then have the GM decide is McCarthy not good?
Yeah.
That's
I agree.
But he's too fucking involved, Trevor. The Rooneys, you don't really hear anything. It's gone. I'm not saying the Rooneys.
They're not giving a post game presser every week.
No, they don't make it about.
Neither is Omar Khan.
Yeah,
Omar Khan's never facing the media. It's always Tomlin.
Well,
and the players and the OCs and the DCs.
My heart is just broken. How my team out there just completely flopped on the field. Give me time. Why the fuck do we give a shit? Why? Who's doing that? What PR guy said, let's get this fucking guy? It's fuck. I can't do it.
Hey, you know Jerry, my good. No. Yeah, you know Jerry, my good friend. No publicity is bad publicity now. Except when you're getting blown out 47-9 at home. And you were down by 15 points at home for the fourth consecutive time. That's the first time in NFL history that's been done.
Best way I can put it, Trevor. Kiss, a lot of Kiss fans out there. I'm a fan of Kiss, but they're more about the fucking pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
And they're all about the facade, the fucking get up, all that. That's the Cowboys, okay? The Steelers, we're fucking AC/DC. We don't need the fucking glitz and glamour. We just fucking crash out hell of hits and all this good fucking shit.
We're just Angus Young in a schoolboy outfit.
Fucking blue collar. We get shit done. And they are the fancy little boys down there in Texas, which makes no fucking sense because Texas, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it there.
Texas legend right here, my friend. You think he was graceful?
When I think of Texas guys, hard nose, fucking on the oil rigs, they're busting their ass down there. And then you see their team and they're just pretty boys. They've always been pretty boys.
Hell, Texas boys, probably more blue collar than Pittsburgh boys in a lot of respects. You know what I'm saying?
I think the only quarterback that I truly respect in the Cowboys organization, I don't mean to be long-winded with your segment here, but Roger Staubach. That's it. That's okay. He just played football. He didn't give Aikman show boy.
Yeah.
Romo show boy. Whatever.
Cooper Rush. You like Cooper Rush?
He should be starting. He should have started when
Lance. You like Trey Lance?
When Dak was hurt, was that 2 years ago with the hand?
I believe so.
They should have fucking kept him in. He should have the contract that Dak got.
Yeah, I know.
I think Cooper's a better quarterback. That's just me.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Where
are they've also had some defensive injuries. Oh yeah, I never really gave my my end of the scale here. I was thinking 8 or a 9. I'll go with a 9.
Okay.
I'll go with a 9. You got to turn this around right quick, my friend. You got to start winning a lot of ball games. You got to go 12-5 again. You got to actually win some playoff games, or you might be subject to the Jerry Jones treatment of, I don't care if you win in the regular season, you can't win the playoffs. Your ass is out of here. And he could be out of there very soon if he doesn't turn this around.
They were much quicker moving off of Jason Garrett, I felt, than they are with
Seems that they were. Yeah.
I mean, even the second last season, Trevor, they were giving him shit more than they did McCarthy last season. Yeah. If they move off in this season, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, maybe he'll be as patient as he was with Garrett. Never know.
But Garrett picking the fucking Steelers to beat the Cowboys.
That's great.
That was
great, wasn't it? That was good. He was wrong, but yeah.
He'd see what the hell's going on down there.
Yeah.
So
we were a tough catch away, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Sticking with NFC East head coaches here.
Mm-hmm.
Common theme throughout this entire show, Nick Sirianni. Yep. On a scale of 1 to 10, is he fucked? Nick Sirianni's reputation as a head coach. Now, he might go on to coach other teams. he might, he still's got the know-how. But when you're barking at your own fans after beating a team by 4 that you should probably beat by a little more than 4, it's not a good look.
I guess my I've never seen him as a guy with integrity. I don't know. He's just kind of there, Trevor. I feel like it's on the back of the players. It's not really anything that he's doing. I don't think he's good at clock management. I don't even know what style of play he's about. Is he an offensive-minded guy or a defensive-minded guy?
A little more defensive, I believe.
I mean, it's been a bit.
But he did, he did exploit the tush push. So that's for something, I guess.
I would say, Philly fans, you're a Sixers fan. You could probably speak better to it, but I can just tell over the years they like to win.
Yeah,
and if you're not winning, they will turn. They will turn quick, just like Steelers.
Very quickly.
So I'm going to go at 9.
Okay.
The way they were booing him, very concerned for him.
Yeah, I'm at a 7. I'm at a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a little lower. I wouldn't be this high if this weren't a repeat incident, because he's done this before. Mostly on the road, he's been barking at fans. Seems like he gets pretty easily provoked.
Yeah. Hothead.
Not that only works maybe in one place, and that's Philly, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It might be getting to a point where it's a bit too much of a distraction from things. And when your own coach is doing that, I get the players. Players have big egos sometimes. I get that. But the coach, not supposed to have an ego. He's supposed to be the most level-headed guy out there, maybe other than the quarterback.
Well, even sometimes his theatrics on the sideline, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? The faces sometimes.
Yeah.
It's whatever, though. We'll see what the fuck happens. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Sticking with football, going to the college ranks, Cam Rising out for the season. Let's see. What was the injury? I forget. I even looked it up right beforehand, but lower leg injury. And then Coach Kyle Whittingham came out Monday, said true freshman Isaac Wilson will be the Utes starter going forward until further notice. Now, Cam Rising could redshirt again.
Oh, okay.
He could redshirt again. It doesn't appear that he will. I believe he's publicly stated that that's probably not going to be the case. But that being said, he could always just turn on a dime and come right back. But even then, coming back for an 8th college season,
that's fucking wild to me.
Wild. On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked Cam Rising's college football career?
Let's go 7.
7? I was around an 8. I was around an 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't know. He could come back. He could ball out one last time. You never know. Yeah, you never know with these guys, but history's definitely not on his side.
Well, the other factor too, I don't know him very well, Trevor. I know him a little bit. I think his NFL hopes are a little depleted at the age. I think that would be a little concerning, but no,
college career though.
Second fucking 8 season. Jesus fuck.
Oh yeah.
COVID year. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see it.
Yeah. Another year from that. And then a couple red shirts and injuries. Yeah. Jesus
Christ.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's that guy in Miami that's like 26 or 27 still playing college ball.
They fucking listen to Asher Roth out of college, or what the fuck? They don't want to leave. They don't want to leave.
Yes. They just get a couple master's degrees. You know what I'm saying? Get a doctorate. You can do that.
Basket weaving.
Basket. Might as well get some liberal arts degrees while you're at it. But anyway, going into NBA news here, season starts up, what is it, next week, Billy? Next Wednesday, yes. I believe?
Yeah.
Some news coming out of Sacramento already. De'Aaron Fox bypassing a 3-year, $165 million extension as he and his representative, Rich Paul, of Clutch Sports, Rich Paul, pretty famous representative of NBA players there, wants to position the All-Star point guard for a larger deal in the 2025 offseason. And, of course, a lot of that's based on performance.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to talk about it from the Kings' perspective here, because they got a couple other guys on that team. But, of course, Fox is their centerpiece, right? And they did make playoffs last year. They were the 8th seed.
Yep.
Still kind of middling, but hopefully can kind of step it up and contend a little bit. I don't know if they can do it without Fox. That being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked if they're unable to sign Fox, the Sacramento Kings?
See, now I saw Brandon Ingram might be going there, but I didn't read the full article.
Rumor mill, I believe that is. I don't know. I don't know how much concreteness there is to that.
Right. I'd go centerpiece, good score, pretty good defender, I'd say. I think he's a two-way guy.
Pretty good all-around guy,
yeah.
I'd say so.
I'd go 8.
8?
Because I feel like he's the same situation as Boogie was when he was there.
That's fair. Yeah.
It means a lot to the team, and I wouldn't let him walk. Fuck.
No, I wouldn't let him walk. I know he's trying to prop himself up a little bit, betting on himself, trying to get even more of a max deal, probably for a longer time, too, so he can get a more permanent home.
Yeah.
But without him, I was thinking around an 8 as well. 7 or an 8. I'll go with a half score, probably for the first time in the history of this segment. I'll go 7.5. 7.5. Okay. It's like Dave Portnoy's pizza reviews. 7.5.
Yes.
Those are very good.
Mm-hmm.
Got to touch on the wrestling a little bit, too. Touched on Obafemi and Wesley earlier, bringing it back.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked Seth Rollins when he faces Bronson Reed?
I'm waiting for him to come out of the fucking shadows here.
Out of the woodwork. He's probably already too busy on PlayStation, my friend. He'll comment here in about 5 minutes when it's too late.
I'll go explosive athlete would be scared. I don't know anything about wrestling know the sport. Trevor never participated in that kind of style. I'll go 7.
7?
I'll go 7. Yeah.
I'm gonna go low here. I'm gonna say a 4. I'm gonna say a 4. I trust Rollins. I trust Mr. Rollins. Is he 5?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Dustin and I are a little bit.
He gets hit with those fucking spears, though.
No, I know. Well, it's selling. It's selling, my friend.
Yeah.
It's selling. And are you thinking of Braun Breaker? I'm talking Bronson.
I apologize. Reed. Jesus.
Bronson Reed.
Go back off the scale.
Okay.
I'll go actually. He has the speed on him. He's a big son of a bitch. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there. I'll go 4.
Okay.
I was thinking 3.
So we're simpatico again. Yeah. Not Braun. Yeah, not Braun. And anybody that goes against Braun Breaker, they're pretty,
fucking idiot.
Yeah, a little bit, even in storyline. But
no,
I want to go wrestle Braun. I want to go wrestle Braun Breaker tonight. No, you do not. That guy's gonna cut you in half.
Yeah,
so might Bronson Reed. Honestly, if not for Rollins, would have won that last Monster Standing match, but tis not to be.
Yeah.
But okay, Rollins knows what he's doing. I like it. I like it. Beast Slayer. Game changer, king conqueror, whatever you want to call him.
Yep. That's beautiful ring attire as well. Yes.
Oh, gorgeous stuff. And the song, I still do that.
Everybody going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a good time. It's a good time. He knows how to handle himself. He'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even with the injury history.
Correct.
With that, we'll move on to debate time here. That was it for On a Scale of 1 to 10. Are they fucked?
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Good shit. All right. Let's see here. Gotta wake the fuck up a little bit. He's
Need some coffee, Billy. Need some coffee.
been slugging on one.
Wait. So hang on. You're slugging on a homeless rum and coke and coffee at the same time?
And water. I always got 3.
Your
got
heart's
3
gonna
drinks.
explode, Your heart's gonna explode, my guy.
Oh yeah, and ripping the old nicotine. But
Uh,
anyways, debate time here. Got some interesting questions for Trevor and maybe even fans in the comments. Favorite chip brand and flavor, Trevor?
Ooh, there's a lot of good ones.
Yep.
Honestly, I've been apt to the Aldi kettle cooked chips lately.
Very nice.
Very good. Become a bit of a go-to for me. The jalapeno and the barbecue ones specifically. Very good stuff there. Of course, Utz chips, a staple of El County.
Yep.
Very good brands there as well. From just the regular to the barbecue to the sour cream and onion to the the cheddar. It's all good. Sour cream and cheddar. That's what I'm thinking. Sour cream and cheddar.
Very good.
Very good stuff there. But yeah, I got to go just with an old favorite, crowd pleaser. And I say this because if I get them, they're gone from my house within 2 days because it's all in my belly.
Yeah.
And that is Cool Ranch Doritos.
That one was second one. I don't know what the fuck it is. I cannot get this big, and I haven't had a big in this house in about a month because I'll clear it out in a day. Chili cheese Doritos.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Middlesworth chips as well. I don't know if you've ever had those, Billy. Central PA staple. Just classic potato chip. They just do it right, consistent every single time. And they sell it in this like big giant box. It's like 4 bags of regular chips. It's fantastic. But anyway, you said before I interrupted.
No. Chili cheese Fritos.
Ooh.
I can't have those around me.
No,
even the original.
Same here. I fell out of favor with those a while ago. I don't know why, but I just did.
Yeah, they're once at a time, but when I get them,
yeah. Oh yeah, no chance.
No.
You get them when you have, you're gonna have the munchies on the weekend, right? When you're gonna be doing a little, or a little
slugging. Hell yeah.
And you're gonna get hungry. You need something salty. You need something greasy.
Yep. Cold Reach. All right, that a boy, Dustin. Keep it going in the comments, buddy.
Ranch, RANCH. Ranch.
I love you, buddy. I love you. Anyway, fuck. You need to complete a Hail Mary to win the game. Who are you picking to throw that ball?
Aaron Rodgers.
He came to mind, and then I thought of Cordell. But
here's why. Here's why. And they actually did like a sports science episode on this, or they did it like with the Amazon Advanced Statistics and Next Gen Stats.
Yep.
They did an analysis on this. His launch angle is like steeper than anyone else.
Jesus.
That throws that Hail Mary. I think it's normal quarterbacks throw it at about like a 30-degree angle. His is at about a 45 to a 50.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Jesus.
And he just completed one the other night.
That's why I alluded to
that. Aaron Rodgers.
It amazes me.
Easy pick.
Yeah.
Even at 40 years old, he
fucking puts it right out in there.
Look at her wrist.
And then I'll bring that up later. Actually, I got to bring it up. Do you see that Joe Rogan clip? I didn't watch the actual episode. He played on Percocet when he was on the Packers.
I did not see that clip.
I don't know how the fuck he was doing that. I'll send it to you. That blew my mind. He's like, every game. I'm like, I can barely fucking walk. I only have been on Percocet once, but Jesus. Anyways.
Well, California, man. California dudes, they just have a different tolerance, man.
It's fucking great. Fuck. Anyways.
10, bro.
Fuck. You need a buzzer beater to win the game. What NBA player are you taking, no matter the
Wait. Was your pick Aaron Rodgers too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I said Cordell as a guest.
Yeah. That's
fine. But
continue.
Yeah. You need a buzzer beater to win the game. What NBA player are you taking, no matter they are?
Jordan.
Got to go with Kobe, but Jordan as well.
Jordan.
I'm going to say
Uh,
LeBron.
LeBron. And I know why you're doing that too. No, I know. Yeah. I know. He's going to yell at you later.
Either one or the other. I mean, hands down.
Yeah.
But no, that's pretty. This one's all right. Anyways, this one's going to get Dustin, and if MJ, Dustin, and if Nate's still here, any wrestling fan that watches this later on, should the Undertaker have retired with the streak?
Yes.
I agree with you as well. Did you think they fucked him over there with that?
Yes. Yep. And it was probably the booking. It was, I believe that's kind of how the story goes.
Yeah.
That's the story that's put out there.
Yeah.
And Undertaker, credit to him, he fully admits he doesn't remember a whole lot from that night. So, and I saw this in an interview that Paul Heyman did with, I believe it's a UK wrestling media company called Inside the Ropes.
Yep.
Did a little interview with them and posited this out there for the folks, for the wrestling fandom, if you will. What if Brock Lesnar said, I'm going to dump this man on his head because I can, and I'm going to out-wrestle him because I can. I'm going to kick his ass and deliver 3 F5s because I can, and I'm going to take this streak from him.
Yep.
He's got a huge contract with WWE, one of their biggest draws. Physical specimen, has a bit of an ego, a little bit.
Oh.
But heavily protected, coming to work the next day, and you have the guy on your roster, if you're WWE, you have the guy on the roster that just conquered the streak.
Yeah.
What do you do if you're WWE? You can't fire the guy.
No.
One, because he's probably going to dump Vince McMahon on his head.
Yep.
And two, because you have the hottest commodity in wrestling at the time.
Yeah. You think that holds?
Just tossing that out there. Just tossing that out there for people. I believe it was the booking. I believe that was what was supposed to happen that night.
Okay.
And the brass took that away from Taker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he came back, won a couple other Mania matches, including John Cena.
Yeah.
Lost to Roman Reigns that one time, and what he describes as one of the worst matches of his career, which I tend to agree.
Yeah.
But no, he never should have lost that. That should have lived forever.
I guess a caveat to this, Trevor. Worse than the Montreal Screwjob.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
That was a deliberate act of an owner and operator of a company in real life screwing over one of his winningest legend, one of the most important figures in WWE history in his home state, in his home country. That was that was real life and I guess fake life. Yeah, it was personal. Exactly. It was personal. It was fact and fiction being blurred together.
Yeah. Yeah.
It made for great television, don't get me wrong, and people still talk about that moment to this day. But that disenfranchised your most important commodity, a lot of people argue, of the 90s.
Yeah.
For years, he never got over that.
No.
I can't say I blame him. I blame him.
I don't think he is still to this day.
Yeah, I think he still holds some.
I would
level of a grudge. Yeah, 100%. No, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He makes the decision that's best for him. He wants to do right by you. He wants to drop the belt. He just doesn't want to do it to this guy who literally told him. Shawn Michaels told him this, and everyone in the story confirms this. I would not do the same thing for you. He told Bret that.
Correct.
So yes, I would be very upset still to this day if I was Bret. And yes, that was worse. Why? Because that got settled outside of the confines of a match. at least the streak was conquered in the context of a match.
Mhm.
And it's a decision that's debated. Was it the right decision? Was it the wrong decision? There's no debating the Montreal screw job and who was in the wrong.
No. Mm-mm.
Granted, there was some wrong on both sides,
Oh,
but there was a whole lot more on Vince.
yeah. No, and again, if you're a big wrestling fan and you haven't watched the documentary on Netflix, Mr. McMahon, go watch it, because I
Highly
think
recommend.
they do a good job covering what the hell was going on then, and
Yeah.
the battle with WCW, a whole fucking shit show. But
Monday Night Wars, baby. It's great,
yeah.
great time.
And I think there's still a personal thing with Taker and Lesnar. I don't think that'll ever die. So
A little.
Yeah.
Little. It's not nearly as big as it once was between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
right.
But I know Brock and Taker, they're not like the closest of pals. I think they get along, but I they're not like texting each other on the daily.
No.
You
No.
know?
No. But that's all I had. Do you have?
I got one.
Yes.
I got one.
Yes.
Continuing in my line of questioning, my be a man questions,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And I asked a good friend of mine at work. I'll leave his name out of it for sake of privacy, but we sometimes, we get a little bored at work. We get into some conversational topics. Sometimes it's sports, sometimes it's personal life, and sometimes, things get a little too, I don't want to say a little too personal, but we delve into some heavier topics, right?
Okay.
And we delved into a heavy topic with this one.
Yep.
This particular friend has been married for a couple years, got their anniversary coming up December 10th. So
Okay.
wishing them an early happy anniversary, a couple months out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've asked some other guys this as well, and I've seen it. I've seen occasions where this has happened and occasions where this hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more manly to cry at your wedding or not?
I think every person that was there at mine called me a little bitch, but I think it's manly.
Yeah.
Oh, shit show, Trevor.
On like near the altar.
Oh, shit show.
Okay.
Crying like a little bitch. Mhm.
Got you.
I think too. What did this your buddy say? What I want to hear what
he and he had a justification for why he did not.
Okay.
He was more overjoyed than anything else, and he was just feeling the emotions that were coming to him in that moment,
Right.
which
Right.
was mostly joy.
Yeah.
So
I think,
and he expressed that through happiness, smiling,
Yeah.
and like absolute love and gratitude toward his bride.
Yeah. I think Jesus Christ, we're like Dr. Phil here.
I know.
I
It was
think
a little bit heavier of a topic, but even in the context of a show like this,
Yeah.
where we're kind of hanging loose, we're having fun, we're talking about interests.
No, it's
Important to it's important to talk about some of these things because
I-
it's okay to me.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's a little more manly to cry because you're expressing your true emotions, right? And to me,
I'd
it's
say-
more manly, especially in this day. It's 2024, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
It's more manly to show your emotions and be vulnerable than it isn't.
I just have to say, for me, I just got hit with everything. So, like,
Sure.
I don't know why my brain. I can think back to our first episode on draft night. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
But like, I got hit with the first time we met, this, that, maybe events here, then
Sure.
this, moved to Buffalo, and it hits you, man. It's a bitch. It's a son of a.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
get
I'm
it.
getting choked up just talking about it. It's
Yeah, I've not had the honor and privilege to have that experience yet. I will find hopefully someone. Will I ball at my wedding? Probably. I'm an emotional wreck, whether people notice it or not. I tend to be highs and lows of emotions. That's what I am. Okay, whether it's crying, whether it's yelling, whether it's anger, whether it's joy. I tend to hit the extremes of emotionality in more emotional situations, I guess.
Oh,
so, and Michelle, I see your comment there. We appreciate you as well.
Yes.
The pleasure is all ours to bring awareness to that wonderful cause, and hopefully we can eradicate that disease very quickly, quickly. Like I've expressed before, I've known people that have gone through treatment for that. Thankfully, in my experience with the relatives I've had, caught it early, able to nip it in the bud pretty quickly. But still, that word, more than any other word, strikes fear into people's hearts, and it's not good. It's not good. And I hope we can end it very, very soon.
Yeah. If I could kill a word, that would be it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Trevor, anything else for the folks out there?
Go Lurs, go Irish, go Sabres, and pretty soon go Sixers.
Hell yeah. No, again, another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys here with your host here, DB, and host Trevor Dinsmore. We'll be back next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. As always, all gas, no breaks. Have a good day. Have a good night. God bless. Stay safe out there. Tell your weird neighbor, your grandma, whoever the hell likes sports, get them over here. We enjoy it. We were trying to get on Instagram, but they have an hour barrier there, so we're going to try to figure out what the hell we got to do there. But we're looking to get on Instagram as well. So we'll see you next Tuesday at 8, and peace out.
God bless everybody.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's get this fucking thing up here. Jesus. It's always fucking loud. It's too fucking loud every time. Every fucking time. I'm not muted. Shit.